Welcome to the Prep Zone and Northshore High School. Tonight, the Battle of Slidell. Northshore versus Slidell. I'm joined now by John Sartori. I'm Grant Yenny. John, what are the keys to the game here for Northshore High School?
Well, for Northshore, they're going to have to run the ball very well against a stout Slidell defense. It's senior night here at Northshore, and look out for a senior running back. Matt Harvey might be playing the last football game of his career. He's had a great career here at Northshore High and a great season to go along with that. Expect him to have a very emotional and great game tonight for Northshore.
And what about Terry Bayham and Slidell?
As you said, Terry Bayham is leading the Northshore in receiving yards, and he had a great game last week. An upset win for Slidell over Fontainebleau, and it kept their playoff hopes alive. A win tonight for the Slidell Tigers, and they may just back into the playoffs with a 3-7 record. It's been a very tough season for them, but it might all pay off with a playoff berth here tonight.
Northshore, Slidell, let's hear from the coaches. Pre-game with Coach Berg. Coach, tonight a big crosstown rivalry game. How much is that playing into the excitement and emotion going into it for your players?
I think it always plays into it. I mean, for us it's another game, but being at Slidell High and we hadn't beaten them in a couple years, it'd be nice to get a win tonight. But our kids are pumped up. It's senior night tonight for our kids, so we're just going to try to enjoy the night with the seniors, and hopefully we'll have a good game.
And it being the last game of the season, what are you telling the players coming into tonight?
No, we just, I told the seniors, met with the seniors, said, let's build for the future. Y'all set the bar for the younger kids. We got a lot of freshmen dressing out tonight with us, and just kind of build for the future. I mean, we're not going to go to playoffs, and so we just we hope we can get a win across a crosstown rival and a district win. So.
Pre-game with Coach Favre. Coach, coming off a big win last week, how do you plan to carry that momentum into this game?
Well, it's a rivalry game, and I think, just walking around the school all week, how much it means to the students and the community and the alumni. And so if you're not up for this one, and there's something wrong with you, and we know it's the same on both sides. It's rivalry week, and that right there gets you up and ready to go.
And we are underway. Andrew Stein kicking off for Northshore. Low line drive kick. Recovered there by Dixon for Slidell.
Looks like he had his knee on the ground when he fielded it inside the 10, so that's a very big mistake by Dixon there, and Slidell starting deep in their own field position.
So now we'll get our first look of the night at Wayne Griffin, Terry Bayham, and the rest of the Slidell offense. Bayham voted Northshore Male Athlete of the Week for his performance last week against Fontainebleau. So we'll have Griffin in the gun. Dropping back, hands off. Going right side, that's Bayham. Check that, that's Tarleton. Tito Simmons.
Yeah, Simmons showed a good burst there on the jet sweep. It looked like it could have gone for a big gain, but the Northshore defense showed good contain there, only a gain of 5.
Simmons, the 5'8", 145-pound freshman. Griffin's now lining up under center. Screen pass out. And now he'll be gobbled up immediately over there by Hedgeman Carter.
That was a heads-up play there by Matt LaFera to dive on that loose ball, as that was actually a lateral, and if he hadn't recovered it, Northshore would have a 1st and goal from the 10, but Slidell lives to fight another day.
Very fired up Northshore cheering section right here below us for this rivalry matchup. Griffin once again lines up in the gun. Tito Simmons to his left. We'll have a false start called against Slidell.
We got a timeout before the play, I believe, Grant.
So Slidell taking a timeout on the field, scores 0-0 with 11:16 remaining here in the first quarter. Back from the timeout, Slidell offense on the field. Griffin will line up under center. Motion by Bayham. Griffin dropping back, looking for the pass. And he'll hit Tristan Roberts for the first down.
That's a great catch by Roberts there. He ran a little corner post and was able to get behind the North Shore secondary. Griffin needs to put a little more air on that ball, or it could have gone for a bigger gain, but a great play by the junior wideout that time.
So that brings up 1st and 10 from the Slidell 28-yard line. That's a handoff there to look like Tito Simmons going in motion.
Yeah, Slidell likes to run that end around jet sweep type play to Simmons. He's got a lot of speed, but North Shore is doing a good job early keeping contained. But if Slidell stays with it, it's going to have more success throughout the night.
Short gain there. It'll bring up 2nd and about 8. You have Michael Stallworth to the bottom of your screen. Bayham and Nyetsunga to the top. Griffin looking for the pass. He'll be bottled up, escapes the pressure, dumps it off there. He'll dump it off to Mark Navo, the 5'9", 165-pound senior fullback. That'll be for a loss, though. We'll bring up 3rd and long, about 3rd and 12-13.
As you said, Grant, that play goes for a loss, but you got to give all the credit on that play to the North Shore secondary covering their receivers. Griffin had to check it down to what looked like his 3rd or 4th option, and it was not a good one. It loses 4, and it's 3rd and long.
So Griffin, once again, in the gun, dropping back, looking for an option, going deep. And it's broken up.
Yeah, Khalil Fleming, who has had a fantastic season for North Shore, that was all about determination there. As his man went up for it, he never gave up on the play, was able to bat the ball away, and this North Shore crowd appreciates the effort, and the Panthers are going to get the football for the first time.
Yeah, that looked there like it could have gone either way, but good effort there by Fleming to keep fighting and force the incompletion. So Slidell on the punt.
Taj Clements is back deep for North Shore. He is an X factor. Watch out for him if he gets the ball in his hands here.
High snap, handles it. Slidell gets the punt off. Deep kick, lots of hang time. And Slidell will down it at the 49-yard line.
Punting that time for Slidell was number 79, Marcus Candiff, who was listed as a freshman nose guard. That is a big freshman and a big boy punting the football. Did a pretty nice job there for Slidell. Unfortunately for the Tigers, it looked like it was going to get a little better of a bounce. It did not, and North Shore has great starting field position for their first drive.
So now we'll see Walter Harris and the North Shore offense. Matt Harvey in the backfield with Harris. To the bottom of your screen, Berg and Powell. A handoff up the middle to Harvey, and he'll be bottled up there by Cody Dangerfield, among other Slidell Tigers.
Talked about it pregame. Matt Harvey has had a great career for North Shore, but it's a career riddled with injuries. He's finally been healthy this year. He's had a great year. I talked about emotion. He carried the ball very hard into the pile that time. We'll see if he runs the ball that hard the rest of the night and wears down this Slidell defense.
Brings up 2nd and 10 for this North Shore offense. Harris calling in the play to his offensive line. Motion. And the ball's fumbled by Harvey. Slidell says they have the ball.
They do.
And they do. The refs signal. That's a Big recovery there by Rodney Davis, the junior strong safety.
Yeah, that play developed a little too quickly that time for North Shore. The man in motion looked to be Tyler Powell, and he got on Harris a little too much. It looked like it was going to be a fake to Harvey, end around to Powell. Harvey was not expecting the football, and now Slidell will get the ball back on offense.
So Griffin under center. Two in the backfield, and a little confusion there. Slidell needs to take another timeout. So it's still tied up 0-0 here in the first quarter. So Slidell takes 2 timeouts early here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Coach Favre can't be happy about having used those 2 costly timeouts. We're only 4 minutes in. He's used 2 of the 3 in the first half.
Griffin under center, motion Simmons. He hands off, though, up the middle to Kyron Smith for a first down.
Kyron Smith is a fine running back for Slidell. It's the first time we've seen him carry the ball, and it's the first time we've seen Slidell use the power run up the middle, which has really exploited some holes for the North Shore defense all year, and Slidell finally does it. They get 9 that time.
On the season, Smith 67 carries, 501 yards. Griffin once again under center. Oh, that's second and short. Handoff once again to Smith. And now he'll get the first down, about a gain of 8.
Yeah, the North Shore linebackers are going to have to step up. It's a fine linebacking core, but it's a very young one. Sophomore, junior, sophomore at the linebacker spots for North Shore. They're going to have to step up and make a play here. They cannot allow Slidell to keep running the ball down their throats like this. They're going to have to force Wayne Griffin in this Slidell offense to throw the football.
First and 10 from the 36-yard line. Griffin, handoff to Smith once again. He'll gain about 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, it's a nice play there by Prince Lobo, 5'7", 185-pound sophomore, who in a few years, even next year, is going to be one of the best players in St. Tammany Parish. He has had a great sophomore campaign for North Shore. Makes the tackle after a gain of 1 that time.
So second down here for Slidell. You think we'll see more of Smith?
He's just been checked out of the game, so as of right now, Grant, I would say no.
Simmons in motion, the fake. That'll be a handoff for a big gain there by Matt LaFerrera.
Yeah, I got to say, when you asked me that question, Grant, I was a little surprised that Kyron Smith was checked out of the game. They had a lot of success running the ball up the middle, but you just sub in LaFerrera that time. He gets you a first down and a gain of 10, and Slidell's really running the ball well on this drive.
LaFerrera, the 5'11", 183-pound senior for Slidell. That'll bring up first and 10 from the North Shore 25-yard line.
Something I'm noticing from Slidell, a lot of depth on this Tiger team. They're subbing in and out players at skill positions each and every down. And Slidell's going to have to use their last time out of the half.
So with 5 minutes, 57 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Slidell takes another timeout, still tied 0-0. Following the quick timeout, Griffin and the Slidell offense on the field. First and 10 from the North Shore 25. Griffin hands off to Smith for a gain of about 3 or 4.
Yeah, Kyron Smith comes back into the game that time. Slidell, I like that they're staying with the run. They've had success with it. It doesn't get you too much there, but if you're going to stick with it, you want Kyron Smith to be on the field. But just as I say that, they're going to sub him out, and we'll see what kind of package Coach Favre is going to call here on 2nd and 9.
So you'll have Griffin and Mark Nabo in the backfield. Griffin dropping back, looking long, passing downfield. It falls incomplete intended for Terry Bayham.
A lot of contact that time from Jeremiah McDonald on Bayham. I thought we might see a flag as there was a lot of arm wrestling that time, but the referee is letting them play. And it was a great play by McDonald, the 6'3", 180-pound sophomore DB. And Slidell was moving the ball very well on the ground to start this drive. They put the ball in the air. It doesn't work. And they're facing a 3rd and 9 in a passing situation.
So 3rd and 9 from the North Shore 25. Griffin will line up under center. To Smith in the backfield. They'll fake play action to Smith. Lots of pressure, and it's dropped by Tristan Roberts in his hands.
Yeah, what they were trying to do that time was split Tariq Romanique out of the backfield and dump it off to him, but it was a great play by Vince Cuccia coming up and stopping his route in his tracks. It threw the timing off on the play. Griffin had to check it down to his second option. And North Shore's defense bends but doesn't break, but it looks like Slidell's going to go for it here on 4th down.
Going for it, 4th and 9 from the 25-yard line. Nabo and Griffin in the backfield. Motion from Simmons. Griffin dropping back, rolling left. We have a flag down. It's completed on the sideline to Simmons.
They're going to say it's incomplete, but I don't think it's going to matter. He was short of the 1st down. Depending on this flag, North Shore might get the ball back without allowing a single point.
And North Shore does decline the penalty.
Yeah, that's a great effort by the North Shore defense. They've had a tough season, only 2 wins, but it's their senior night. You know that they want to finish out their career strong here at North Shore High. They could have easily thrown in the towel on that drive after giving up a lot of yardage on the ground, but the defense steps up, and we still got a scoreless ball game here in the 1st quarter with the North Shore offense back on the field.
So North Shore will take over at their own 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Harvey and Harris in the backfield. Berg to the bottom of your screen. So they'll hand off to Harvey up the middle, rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling. A gain of about 3.
Harvey showed a good burst there, but this is a fine Slidell linebacking core that is led by Darius Tillman and Kanye Martin, both young players, a sophomore and a junior. And they have a bright future here at the linebacking core for Slidell. They make a nice play there.
And Harris draws the Slidell defense off sides. You know, we saw a lot of that last week with Mandeville at St. Paul's. It never worked. Works for North Shore.
Well, you can't blame the coaching there, as Coach Farr is one of the best coaches in St. Tammany Parish. That might be a little bit of inexperience. That was a junior, Jalen Williams, and another junior, Kalai Dangerfield, jumping off sides that time for Slidell. It was at an odd time for North Shore to call that, but it works perfectly.
And with the penalty, they'll be just shy of the 1st down, 2nd in inches.
Wow.
And they get them off sides again.
And that time it was going to, there you see some real inexperience. A lower classman, 5'8", 180-pound sophomore, Jylan Claiborne jumping off sides that time. And I'll tell you what, you just gave up 10 free yards without North Shore having to snap the ball. That's something that Coach Farr is not going to be happy about. We'll see how the Slidell defense reacts now.
So 1st and 10 from the North Shore 39-yard line. Harris in the gun. Screen out. He has room upfield, and he'll be bottled up after a gain of 3 by Jared Dixon.
I got to tell you, Coach Borg, I believe there's a lot of film watching this week. He knows that this is an aggressive Slidell defense that likes to blitz. He's going to throw those screen passes out there. He's going to try some hard counts. It's worked very well for his offense so far here. That's a good job game planning for this Slidell defense.
Harris once again in the gun.
We're going to have some miscommunication on
It's
down.
marked as 3rd down when that was 1st down, so it should be. No, it's not 4th down. Brings up 2nd and about 7 or about 7. So Harris communicating in the play to the offensive line. Swan, Troyer, Moore, Kennedy, and Ducote. Takes the snap. He keeps it himself, right side, plenty of room. Tackled down by Jared Dixon, but crosses the 50, tackled about the 48-yard line.
That play would have gone for a lot more. It's a great read by Harris. First of all, he showed a good burst. Tyler Powell needs to pick up a block on the outside, or Walter Harris might have been running down the sideline for a touchdown. You got to get your blocks against a great, talented team like Slidell. It's a great play for Northshore, but will it turn into points now?
So 1st and 10 for Northshore from the 48. Harris dropping back, and he'll be brought down by Jalen Williams, 6'4", 205-pound junior for Slidell.
Williams made a great play that time, really resurrecting, I know was the incorrect term there. Did a good job following that offsides call to get to the quarterback, basically untouched that time. And that's the kind of player Jalen Williams is. He's an athletic guy, big guy. He does a good job there getting the sack.
So 2nd and long from the Northshore 45-yard line. Trying to draw him offsides once again.
Redeem himself. That's the word I'm looking for, Grant. He redeemed himself
Redemption.
that time.
Harris looking long. Tyler Powell, he catches it, and he will score. Touchdown, Tyler Powell.
We talk about redemption. How about that redemption?
But flags on the field late after the score.
Number 94 for Slidell is pointing at the flag. That's Christian Santa Maria. He thinks it's against Northshore. He thinks this play's coming back. And by the body language of the Panthers, it looks that way.
Waiting on the call from the officials. And Dylan Erickson hitting his chest, seemingly saying that's on me.
Walter Harris is signaling touchdown as if he heard the officials say that it was going to count.
Waiting on the call. Now talking to Coach Favre to explain.
This is going to be a Northshore touchdown, yes. We just talked about redemption. Tyler Powell, how about that redemption? Missing a block that could have gone for a touchdown.
We have unsportsmanlike conduct on Northshore.
That's probably going to go against Powell too. But that was a great play by Powell, hauling in a tough catch over his shoulder. And you got to give Walter Harris credit. He struggled with that deep ball this year, putting touch on those throws. That was a perfect throw there, and Northshore is on the board first.
Extra point is good. So with 2 minutes remaining here in the first, Northshore leads 7-0. Dixon back deep for Slidell. Northshore to kick off. That is Andrew Stein. He gets all of this one, and it'll be, well, intercepted, taken from Dixon by Stacker. He's coming toward the near sideline and forced out of bounds.
Yeah, we got a flag down around the 21-yard line, and this is most likely going to go against Slidell. There you see a block in the back. And penalties have killed the Tigers in this first quarter.
Early here in the first quarter. So we'll see Griffin and the Slidell offense. Bayham's been quiet so far here in the first quarter.
Yeah, he's only had one target so far on a questionable call that wasn't pass interference, a lot of contact. But Slidell, I think they're doing the right thing. They're running the football against a Northshore defense that doesn't defend the run very well. I think they need to stick with the run here.
So handoff, that'll be Smith right side. A gain of about 4 yards, bring up 2nd and 6. for Slidell. About a minute 39 remaining here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Slidell has had a lot of success running the football. It's when they try to pass it. They get a little too cute trying to pass the football. You're having success running the football 4 or 5 yards a pop. That's what Slidell is going to need to do. They're going to need to keep grounding it out.
Griffin under center. Rimanique in motion. Handoff. Smith, once again, he's gobbled up in the backfield by a host of Panthers.
Cole Cavallo, take a salute, young man. That was a fantastic play for the linebacker spot. 5'11", 190-pound sophomore, a young player that the folks here at Northshore High are very excited about in the next 2 years. He makes a great play there, and it's a loss for Slidell and possibly another passing situation.
3rd and 4 from the Slidell 24-yard line. Griffin in the gun with Nabo to his left. With motion, handoff to La Ferreira, and he'll be bottled up and brought down quickly there by Keemon Smith.
Yeah, that play was going nowhere from the start. They've been running those end-around plays with Tito Simmons, who is a much faster player than La Ferreira. Northshore read it the whole way as La Ferreira is running across the field. And this Northshore defense is playing possibly their best quarter of football all season when it matters most here in the final game.
So that's the end of the first quarter here. Northshore leading 7-0.
St. Tammany Parish Public Schools, an A-rated school district. Graduates with the highest ACT scores in the state. Facilities with the latest technology. Safe and secure schools. A variety of sports. Fine arts. And learning to last a lifetime.
I'm Superintendent Trey Foles, and this is where we educate every child, every day.
So Candiff, the freshman nose guard for Slidell, on the punt to start the second quarter.
Great punt.
Great punt, lots of hang time. He'll be bottled up, but a good second effort there.
Yeah, that was Taj Clements on the return. He's a name that we're going to be calling a lot tonight, Grant, as well as I. He plays offense and defense for Northshore, a two-way player, a true Iron Man, and he plays both offense and defense very well for this team. Expect him to get the ball a little bit more as Northshore gets into their offense.
So on comes Northshore. 1st and 10 from the Slidell 45-yard line. Harvey and Harris in the backfield. Harris in the gun. Play being signaled in from the sidelines. And the Northshore offensive line, everybody except the center moved. So false start on Northshore.
Yeah, I was going to say it looked like a Slidell offsides at time, but it's tough to not jump offsides when the offense begins running the play.
Right.
So that's 5 free yards, like 5 yards against Northshore, I should say. So the penalty bug finally biting the Panthers here early second quarter.
You know, sometimes when you're the away team, I played center in high school, sometimes when you're the away team, it can get loud and you maybe don't hear the quarterback. However, Northshore is at home.
Let's not take anything away from the Slidell crowd that has made the trip, though. It is a packed bleacher on the far side here. You can see it right there on your screen.
So Harris in the gun, Harvey to his right. Handoff Harvey up the middle. And he's still going, still on his feet. It takes a whole pack of Tigers to bring him down. But that is a hard run there for a big seven-yard gain by Harvey.
Yeah, he said it's a big 7-yard gain. It sure is. As now you're back to where you started. You're at 2nd and 10, and it's a very manageable 2nd and 10 now for North Shore after giving up those 5 yards on the penalty on first down.
Harvey comes out for a well-needed breather. Harris in the gun. Darian Smith now in at running back. Handoff to Smith. Big hole up the middle, and he'll be brought down. He'll be brought down by Trevin Stacker of Slidell. Going to bring up third and about 3 or 4, about 4.
Darian Smith has had a lot of substantial playing time this year for North Shore. Kind of the speed to Harvey's power. A little thunder and lightning that time. His first carry of the night, and it's a good game for North Shore.
So 3rd and 4, Harvey now back in the game. And that's a screen out. A big screen out there to Taj Clements. He'll get the first down and then some. You know, you mentioned Taj Clements a little earlier. Now he's catching it on the screen.
Yeah, they want to get the ball in his hands any way they can. They'll line him up in the backfield. They'll run a jet sweep to him. That's his first offensive touch on the night on a screen play that time, and it goes for a big gain. And this is the best that this North Shore offense has looked all season, really, as opposed to the Hammond game. But this is a much tougher opponent in Slidell, and North Shore is having great success throwing the ball and running the ball.
So 1st and 10 from the Slidell 25-yard line, excuse me. Harris in the gun. Motion from Berg. Handoff. Harvey up the middle. There's a hole. And he powers his way to the 9. And that'll bring up second down and about 2.
Harvey's going to get the applause there, but that hole would not have been there had it not been for a great block by Jake Kennedy, the 6-foot, 260-pound senior. Parted the seas that time for Matt Harvey.
So 2nd and 2 for North Shore from the 9. Oh, they have it marked at the 10. Harris in the gun. And the ball hit the center on the behind and falls to the ground, but recovered by Harris.
Man, that really tells you the story of how this season's gone for North Shore. They get down near the red zone or in the red zone, and then they kind of fall apart. We'll see if that trend continues here on 3rd down in what might be a must-pass situation for North Shore. They could run the ball, but this is a stout Slidell defense. Watch for play action here from Harris at quarterback.
Also watch for Taj Clements, who will be at the top of your screen. Harris awaiting the play call. Harvey in the backfield along with Harris. Seems to be a confusion, but they get the play off. Pass to Powell, and he'll get down to the 5-yard line and the first down.
Give Walter Harris a lot of credit there. He's more of a scrambler at quarterback. He stood in the pocket, looked down the barrel of the gun, and delivered a strike to Tyler Powell that time. He showed a lot of confidence there, and he's a young quarterback, 5'11", 185-pound sophomore, looking like a seasoned veteran that time. 1st and goal, North Shore.
Harris calling in the play to his offensive line. Harvey in the backfield along with Harris. Snap, handoff to Harvey, right side, and he'll be brought down by Kanye Martin.
Martin saved the touchdown that time, but the holes on the right side of the line for North Shore continue to be there, and this is where Matt Harvey is most dangerous. He will bowl you over near the goal line. Slidell's really got to buckle up their chin straps if they want to make a stop here.
Martin along with Rodney Davis on that tackle. We have 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Harris takes the snap, play action, And that'll be a touchdown to Ethan Swan.
I believe this play's coming back. It looks like it's going to be a hold on the right side for North Shore, and that's exactly what the call is.
So they'll mark off the penalty.
But I tell you what, even though the touchdown was called off, Walter Harris is looking as confident as he has had his entire career. This is his first year starting, so this is the most confident he's looked all year, all of his career really, and it's paying off. He's delivering the ball with a lot of confidence, and that's just going to add to the confidence. Even though the touchdown was wiped off the board, that's going to carry out throughout the game, and that adds another element to this North Shore offense that has been essentially one-dimensional all year.
Harris signaling in the play, Harvey in the backfield along with him. Powell to the top of your screen. Clements and DJ Myers to the bottom. Snap. Passing down to Myers. And it's intercepted. Intercepted by Matt LaFerrera.
LaFerrera, another two-way player for Slidell, and you can't fault Walter Harris there. It was a great read, a great pump fake, and a nice throw to Tyler Powell, but that was just an excellent read by LaFerrera, who was playing center field that time. High point of the ball over the 6'1 Powell, and Slidell looked like they were going to be down 2 touchdowns. They get the ball back, and we're going to have an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty
on the North
second
Shore
one.
sideline.
That's another one on Powell, and another flag flies in.
You know, it's a crosstown rivalry, tempers flare, but you never want to see unsportsmanlike conduct on the sideline.
Yeah, it's also been a very frustrating season for North Shore. A lot of promise on this team coming into the year. It just hasn't come to fruition. There's been a lot of injuries, and they're looking to finish on a high note here tonight. Slidell really playing for their season, so there's a lot of emotions out here on both sides.
Referee talking it over. Coach Berg. All right, 1st and 10 for the Slidell offense. Griffin looking downfield. It's caught by Bayham, who'll bring it past the 40-yard line down at about the 39-yard line. Oh, that's, excuse me, Tito Simmons.
Yeah, Simmons lined up in the backfield that time, and it wasn't poor coverage by North Shore. Simmons just used his great speed that time to get behind the defender, and it was a great throw by the junior quarterback Wayne Griffin to find him, and Slidell's in business now at the 40-yard line.
Griffin under center, 1st and 10 from the 40. Motion, handoff up the middle to Smith, and he'll be brought down by Cole Cavallo.
Slidell going with a little misdirection that time, trying to fool the North Shore linebackers to come out and run the ball up the middle. They did not bite that time, and that's a good job by that North Shore defense. It does go for a gain of 5 there.
So 2nd and 5 for the Slidell Tigers. Score 14-0, North Shore leading. 14-7. Score 7-0. here in the second quarter. Griffin rolling out left, and he just passed the pylon. Could be a first down. Past the marker. And they'll say it's 3rd and short. He didn't make it.
Couldn't catch quite who that North Shore player was, but whoever was chasing down Griffin did a great job not biting on the play fake and was able to push him out of bounds shy of the first down. Expect North Shore to run the ball up the middle here.
Smith in the backfield. Griffin, handoff Smith up the middle, and he'll get the first down. Cavallo wrapping up Smith.
Yeah, prior to the play, I said North Shore should run the ball up the middle. That was Slidell running the ball up the middle. And that's what they should have done. And they did just that. They were able to pick up the first down. Kyron Smith, they need to get him the ball more. He's averaging 5 yards a carry so far in this first half. I do not understand why they are attempting to go other ways with the football, but he's lined up in the backfield. We'll see if he gets it for the second time.
1st and 10 for the Slidell offense. Now hand off to Romanique, and he'll be tackled. Cole Cavallo in on the tackle, along with a host of other North Shore Panthers.
Tariq Romanique has the build of similar to a bowling ball. 5'9", 205-pound junior. Very tough man to bring down when he's got the football. North Shore up to the task that time, only a gain of 2. Slidell keeps giving the ball to different players, and I like that. They're spreading the ball around, but they need to keep it on the ground here.
Griffin takes the snap. Smith was in motion, looking downfield. He'll pass it, and he will hit Matt LaFerrera. We're hearing his name all night.
Grant, that's a perfect example of why I'm not coaching. I just tell Coach Favre he's got to keep it on the ground. You know what he does? Little play fake, opens up LaFerrera wide open down the field. It was a great catch by LaFerrera, high pointing the ball, much like he did on the interception. And Wayne Griffin dropped that ball in there perfectly, and we're an extra point away from tied ball game.
So Josh Wills, the freshman kicker for Slidell, on to attempt the extra point. The lefty. Wills has it up, and it's good. So we have a tie ball game, 7-7 here in the second quarter. Clement Myers back deep for North Shore. Wills on the kick for Slidell. He puts it up. It'll be fielded by Clements, taking it right side, looking for room, and he'll be brought down by Nick Pinto, along with other Tigers.
Great coverage by Pinto and the rest of the Slidell special teams that time. Clements, definitely a playmaker with the ball in his hands. He couldn't do anything with that. Neither could really anyone else. That was great coverage that time, filling up the holes everywhere by the Slidell special teams. How about the play from LaFerrera so far? I mean, you got an interception, and then on the ensuing drive, you get a touchdown. That's just great high school football from a great high school football player that time.
Playing his final game, maybe, for Slidell. So 1st and 10 from the North Shore's own 30. Harris in the gun. Harvey in the backfield. Harris keeps it himself, still on his feet, has a first down, and he'll be brought down by LaFerrera.
Prior to the season, it was noted that Walter Harris had 4.4 speed. I don't know if he's that fast, but when he gets the ball in his hands, he is extremely dangerous. He's like a lightning strike, and he gets 10 there and a first down.
So that's 1st and 10 from the 40. Harris in the gun. Motion from Berg. Play action to Harvey. A lot of pressure coming. Gets the ball downfield and incomplete. North Shore wanting pass interference, and they'll throw the flag on Jared Dixon.
The pass interference was awarded there, But what I'm wondering is early in that first quarter, Terry Bayham was clearly interfered with on a play very similar to that one. If you're going to call that, I believe you have to call the other one. Clearly interference there. You couldn't let it go uncalled. But as the game goes on, will we see interference calls like that, or will they let them go? But it's a big break for North Shore, and the Slidell penalties are adding up. I believe North Shore may be outgaining themselves in penalty yardage as in terms of yardage that they've actually gained so far.
So 1st and 10 from the Slidell 45-yard line. Harris communicating the play into his offensive line. Harris receives the snap, handoff to Harvey, and he's stopped almost immediately by Tillman and Dangerfield. Check that, make that Tillman and Jalen Williams.
Yeah, it was a great play by Santa Maria that time, getting to Harvey first, as the O-line finally broke that time for North Shore, and Slidell's finally getting a pass rush. They're getting into the backfield when North Shore runs the football. They're finally running around with some energy on that Slidell Tiger defense.
So 2nd and 10 from the 45-yard line. And North Shore will take a timeout. Score here in the second quarter tied up 7-7. Following the timeout, Harris in the gun. 2nd and 10 for North Shore from the Slidell 45-yard line. Play action to Harvey. Screen out to Clements. And he'll be bottled up by Ishmael Burdine.
Burdine made a great play on a great player in Clements that time. If he doesn't make that stop, Clements is probably in the end zone right now celebrating. That's a great play by the DB for Slidell. And North Shore, they don't like to throw the football that much. Harris has looked more confident so far in the first half. They're going to have to throw it here on 3rd and 10.
Burdine, the 5'9", 150-pound freshman. North Shore, 3rd and 10 from the Slidell 45. Play called in from the sideline.
Tigers might be showing blitz here. We'll see if they come with it.
Harris in the gun. Clements in motion. No blitz. Harris keeps it himself. And he has plenty room. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Walter Harris.
Wow. North Shore is getting all the breaks tonight. That play clock was dangerously near 0, and that was a broken play. Harris did not intend to run the football there, but he did just that, and it was the Slidell defense that broke. The Slidell Tigers could not bring down Harris, and he showed the speed, pulling away from the Tigers that time. North Shore is looking very, very strong in this first half.
Garcia on to attempt the extra point, the freshman. And it's good. So here in the second quarter, North Shore now leads 14-7. Garcia kicking off for North Shore following the score. Low line drive kick there. Picked up by Slidell. That is Dixon, left side. He'll be brought down at around the 30-yard line.
In golf, that would have been a perfect shot from the North Shore kicker that time. That ball died as soon as it hit the turf, and it caught Dixon a little off guard. He was able to run up, field it, and get some positive yards, and Slidell is going to start just inside their own 30-yard line.
1st and 10 from the Slidell 29-yard line. Griffin in the backfield with Navo. Dropping back to pass. Pressure coming. Downfield intended for Bayham. Falls incomplete.
That's the second target for Bayham tonight. Still looking for his first reception. Something I'm noticing from the North Shore defensive backs, they're giving a lot of room on the inside for these Slidell receivers. Look for some slant routes being called, as there's a lot of cushion on the inside for Slidell.
And Vince Cachia on the coverage. So 2nd and 10 from the Slidell 29-yard line. Griffin in the gun, and it's whistled dead. And that'll be a timeout for North Shore. North Shore leading 14-7 here in the second. Following the timeout, Griffin in the gun. 2nd and 10 from the Slidell 29-yard line. Griffin dropping back, looking deep, left side intended for Bayham. It's caught, and he's out of bounds at the 34-yard line for North Shore.
They finally get to Bayham as he high points the ball. Big target at 6'5", but that play really shouldn't have counted. There was an obvious hold on Troy Jordan, the offensive tackle for Slidell, but it was not called, so it never happened really. Slidell is in business.
1st and 10 from the North Shore 34-yard line. Griffin dropping back, looking deep again. Pressure coming, looking right side. Airs it out, and that's caught by Michael Stallworth, the 6'2", 170-pound senior.
And Wayne Griffin play a little PlayStation out there, a little backyard football with this North Shore defense. He's running around, doing his best Johnny Manziel impersonation here. He's finding open receivers, and he's doing a great job extending plays with his legs. Not a great scrambler, but he's getting the job done on this drive. Slidell well on their way to tying this game here.
Griffin in the gun, Simmons to his left. Griffin dropping back, pressure coming, and he is sacked. Brought down hard by Clements. So Slidell looking to spike it here.
There's a flag down, so it looked like it was gonna be a hold on Slidell, but it looked like the Tigers were trying to run a little bubble screen there, and so they don't block the D lineman on the blitz, and they were able to get to Griffin before he was able to get the pass away. We'll see what the call is here.
Holding on Slidell is the call. It's declined. They'll take the big loss with the sack. So ball spotted at the 31-yard line. 2nd and long. Snap to Griffin. Looking left side, Bayham. And it's intercepted. It's intercepted by Hedgeman Carter.
What a play by Hedgeman Carter that time. He has had a great year. The senior on senior night makes one of the best plays that you will see it in the secondary on a fine receiver in Terry Bayham. And that one's on Wayne Griffin. He didn't really assess the coverage that time, just kind of threw it up for grabs to his big target, but Hedgeman Carter, what a play. And it's really been an inspired performance from North Shore here in this first half, and they give their offense the ball back with some time on the clock. We'll see what they do with it.
Time running down here in the second half. North Shore takes over at their own 20-yard line. So Harris in the gun, Harvey to his left. Harris dropping back, looking left side, ball batted, and that'll fall short.
That was a nice play by Darius Tillman, the linebacker, getting a paw up that time, able to get his hand on the football. It altered the path of the ball, intended for Taj Clements that time, 2nd and 10 for North Shore.
So play being signaled in from the sideline. 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line.
I just need to point out real quick, Darius Tillman is a big linebacker for Slidell, 5'11", 205 pounds. He's only a sophomore, so he's going to be making plays like that for years to come in a Tiger uniform.
Harris dropping back, looking downfield, that's complete. And he has room, but flags will fly. That was Clements on the reception.
This might go against Tyler Powell for an illegal block. And that's a shame because it was a nice effort from Powell. And again, Walter Harris has done a fantastic job in this first half throwing the football, but it might all be for naught here.
Officials discussing the spot.
Yeah, it's going to be against Powell on the block.
And that'll be blocking below the waist, as you said, on Powell.
Yeah, it's a tough break for Powell. He's had an interesting first half. A lot of penalties called on him. He does have the touchdown reception. Just tries to make a play for his team there, and it backfires on him.
So 2nd and short for North Shore from the 29-yard line. Harris in the gun. Harvey to his left. Handoff Harvey. Plenty room up the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 42-yard line.
You gotta love the emotion from Matt Harvey. That's what makes these senior night games so special. The senior putting in the extra effort to bowl over Matthew LaFerrere that time, and you also have to give credit where it's due to Robert Troyer and Barrett Swain for the blocking that time on the O-line.
The 13-yard gain brings up 1st and 10, and pass intended there for Myers. Goes out of bounds.
Yeah, DJ Myers, a real playmaker on offense for Northshore. He hasn't been able to get a touch yet. They try to get him his first there on the sideline, but that throw a little too high from Harris. Looked like he didn't quite set his feet in time.
Myers there to the bottom of your screen. Harris in the gun, awaiting the play from the coaching staff. Harris dropping back, and it's whistled dead. That'll be false start on North Shore. An official time being kept on the field, so we don't know how much is left, but it is very late in the first half. Harris calls in the play. Harvey to his right. 2nd and 15 from the 37. And North Shore has to burn a timeout. So North Shore leading 14-7 very late in the second quarter. After the North Shore timeout, 2nd and 15. North Shore on their own 37-yard line. Harris in the gun, takes the snap, looking downfield, scrambling. He'll take it himself, and he'll be brought down by Dangerfield.
That's a great play by Cody Dangerfield. Walter Harris had a lot of room to run, but he made the tackle.
And Harris will spike the ball on 3rd down.
That's very interesting that Harris spiked it there, as that's going to bring up 4th down. And North Shore is in their own territory at the 45-yard line. We're not sure how much time is left, though. That's going to play a factor in what the play call here is for North Shore.
So that brings up 4th and 7. And North Shore will punt.
Wow. That's just a mental lapse there from Walter Harris. We're not sure if Coach Borg signaled that in or if Harris just panicked and spiked the football. But it's basically a free timeout for Slidell when they don't even have one to call.
Lovett on the punt for North Shore. Here late in the second quarter. Lovett takes the snap, rolling right, gets the punt off, very high punt. And Dixon just gets away from it. So they'll mark it at about the 33-yard line. So Slidell, oh, well, that's halftime. So official time being kept on the field. That's the half, with North Shore leading 14-7.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your Silver Bells.
And the second half is underway here at North Shore. Josh Wills kicking off. That's taken by Clements. He'll bring it up the middle looking for something. He'll be brought down by Marks Harold, the sophomore defensive end for Slidell.
Slidell Tigers continue to be impressive on kickoff coverage tonight. Taj Clements has been able to get 2 kickoffs fielded cleanly, but there hasn't been much room there for him.
So North Shore will start off the second half. 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line. Harris and Smith in the backfield. Harris hands off Smith, right side, and he'll be brought down. A fumble, and it's recovered by Slidell. It's recovered by Slidell by Cody Dangerfield, the 5'8", 200-pound junior. And that's the way Slidell wants to start off the second half.
And that's the exact opposite of how North Shore wanted to start. They had a lot of momentum heading into halftime. And they sub out Matt Harvey. They bring in the new running back, Darian Smith, who's more of a speed back. Did not protect the football that time, and you feel bad for that senior. But now the North Shore defense stepped up the first time they lost the football. Can they do it again?
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the North Shore 32-yard line for Wayne Griffin and the Slidell offense. Griffin under center. Sampson in motion. Hands off Smith up the middle. A gain of maybe 2 for Slidell.
And Slidell getting back to their roots there, running the ball up the middle. They did a good job of it in the first half. I sound like a broken record saying they need to run the ball up the middle, but it's worked every time for them. We'll see if they continue to try to air it out. If they do, look for Terry Bayham in these situations.
So 2nd and 7. Handoff once again to Smith, left side. He'll be brought down by Dylan Erickson and a host of other Panthers.
Yeah, it looked like Hedgeman Carter, who had an interception in the first half, also got in on the tackle that time. North Shore has had a good push from the D-line throughout the game so far, and expect a big pass rush here on a most likely a passing down for Slidell. It's about 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 for Slidell here. Handoff, roll out to the right. Griffin downfield. Tristan Roberts was open, but the defensive back there for, I believe that's Khalil Fleming. No, that's Kuchia. Stepped in and batted it away.
That's a poor read by Wayne Griffin that time, as he had Tariq Romanique wide open out of the backfield. Instead, he took the shot downfield, going for the touchdown. And we talked about it when North Shore first turned the ball over. Their defense was able to step up once. This is the exact same scenario. Slidell needs to turn these possessions into points, and they're going to leave with nothing unless they can convert here.
So Griffin in the gun with Smith. Griffin dropping back, looking to pass once again, tossing it out right side. It'll be caught by Smith down to the 10-yard line. Excuse me, check that. That is Michael Stallworth.
Stallworth did a great job that time coming back to the football, as it wasn't a great throw by Griffin. If he leads his man more, it's probably a touchdown, but we got an injured player on the field here. We'll take a quick break, 10:20 to go, third quarter. It is North Shore 14 and Slidell 7.
So following the injury timeout, Griffin and the Slidell offense back on the field at the North Shore 10-yard line, first and goal. Griffin signaling in the play. Under center. Looking, passing left side. And that's a touchdown, Terry Bayham. His second catch of the night for the touchdown.
That's all you can say is wow there, Terry Bayham. Just a specimen out there at the wideout position. That was excellent coverage from Hedgeman Carter. But Bayham simply too good that time. We're an extra point away from a tied ball game again.
Well, that matchup, 6'5", 175-pound Terry Bayham on the 5'7", 160-pound Carter. Wills puts it up for the extra point, and it's good. So here at the top of the third quarter, it's tied up once again. 10:01 remaining, 14-14. Wills kicking off for Slidell following the score. Gets it up, it'll go to Clements. We'll take it right side and cuts it back left, and eventually brought down by Nick Pinto.
Clements made a little something out of nothing that time, getting a few yards. But the reason that these returns are so short for North Shore is, first of all, they're short kicks. And second, North Shore is taking much too long to get their blocking set up. They're waiting to let the Tigers come to them down the field instead of running up and picking up a man. And that's why Taj Clements has only averaged about 6 or 7 yards on these returns tonight.
So 1st and 10 for the North Shore offense. 9:51 remaining here in the third. North Shore sets up at their own 30-yard line. Harris hands off Harvey up the middle. He'll be brought down by Rodney Davis. Davis will be drugged for about a 4-yard gain.
Good job from Harvey protecting that football that time, as Davis was going after the football all the way that time. And Harvey did not want a second fumble in as many plays for North Shore.
So 2nd and 6, hold at the 34-yard line. Harris awaiting the play from the sideline. In comes Blaine Berg. Handoff Harvey once again up the middle. Lots of room to work with, and brought down by Cody Dangerfield after about a 10-yard gain there.
Sean Ducote, a great job on the right side of that offensive line, opening up a big hole for Harvey, who has had an excellent night tonight, but it's all due to a great job from the run blocking of this North Shore O-line.
1st and 10 at the North Shore 45-yard line. Harris tried the hard count there. Now awaiting a play from the sideline, signaling it in. Receives the snap. Looking for Clements on the screen. Clements, room to work with. Shooting upfield. And he'll be close to the first down, bottled up over there by Darius Tillman, along with a pride of other Tigers.
That's simply a great individual effort from Taj Clements, as the receiver on the outside, DJ Myers, missed his block originally. Clements was able to make that man miss, and it was a high throw originally from Walter Harris. Clements was able to climb the ladder. He made a great effort to pick up 10 when it really should have been 1 or 2.
Ethan Swan on now. Clements comes out. Handoff up the middle to Harvey, and he'll get the first down, a gain of about 4 or 5, tackled by a pride of Tigers.
That was a run all the way, as many North Shore receivers weren't even lined up squarely. They were looking at Harris, waiting for him to hand the ball off to Harvey. Short gain, that's all North Shore needed for a first down.
So 1st and 10 from the Slidell 46. Harris and Harvey in the gun. Harris hands off Harvey once again, and he'll rumble for about a 5 or 6 yard gain.
Good job from Harris that time, able to handle a snap from Josh Moore. That wasn't all that great. Good hands that time from Harris, and the play didn't develop too quickly, and that's why 5 yards were gained for the Panthers that time, because of the patience.
So 2nd and 5, 7:10 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Score tied 14-14. Ball now on the 36-yard line. Harris receiving the snap, looking downfield. He'll take it himself, running upfield, room to work with, brought down by Cody Dangerfield. Good hustle there by the defensive lineman.
Man, I gotta tell you, Walter Harris has looked like he's matured leaps and bounds since I saw him play 2 weeks ago against Covington. He's making all the right reads. He's being smart with the football. He's only throwing it when he needs to, and he's taking off and getting big gains with his legs.
So that brings up 1st and 10 at the Slidell 21. Harris takes the snap. Was looking for Harvey on that bubble screen, but he'll be sacked by Darius Tillman, who came on the blitz.
That was a great defensive call from Slidell that time. They bring the weak side blitz with Darius Tillman, and Harris is lucky that he was able to hang on to the football. He was blindsided by Tillman that time. Interesting play call from Northshore, throwing the ball on 1st down, and now they've dug themselves a hole with the sack. And we'll see how that affects play calling now on 2nd and long.
So 2nd and 16 from the 27-yard line.
Nobody's going to man slot. Nobody's got the man slot. Nobody's got the man slot. Linebacker blitz, nobody's got the man slot.
Harris taking the snap. Big pressure coming. Harris will be sacked once again by Darius Tillman.
Walter Harris had a man wide open in DJ Myers, who was literally left uncovered that time, and his man, who was supposed to be covering him, came on the blitz along with Darius Tillman, and Northshore is going in reverse.
That brings up 3rd down and 18 from the Slidell 30. Harris in the gun, awaiting the signal. And Northshore takes a timeout. 5:05 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Score tied up 14-14. So 3rd and 18 following the timeout. 30-yard line for Northshore. They're at the Slidell 30-yard line. Berg in motion. Harris dropping back. Pressure coming. Harris averts it, takes off downfield. Big gain, and he'll get inside the 10-yard line.
Wow, what a defensive lapse that time from Slidell. You get Northshore in a 3rd and 18. The exact opposite of what Coach Berg wants. This is not a Northshore team that particularly likes throwing the football. Walter Harris, at the beginning of the season, really never got outside of the pocket. Now he is really looking like he's doing it exclusively. He picks up 20 and really breaks the backs of this Slidell defense.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Northshore at the Slidell, 1st and goal at the Slidell 10-yard line. Harris, snap from gun, gives it to Harvey, who will gain maybe a yard.
We saw it in the 1st half with Northshore getting near the end zone. Harvey, who was breaking off 3 and 4 yards of carry when the ball is around midfield, just isn't getting those large chunks of yardage down near the goal line. We'll see if Northshore tries to open up the playbook and let Harris use his legs to try to get in the end zone here.
2nd and 9 at the 9-yard line. Berg in motion. Harris takes the snap, hands off to Harvey up the middle, and he is bottled up almost immediately. Brought down by Nick Pinto.
Blaine Berg used exclusively almost as a decoy on offense. He hasn't gotten many touches this year. And Slidell knows that. They know that he's going in motion to try to free up some space up the middle. With Matt Harvey, Slidell did not fall for it. They stop Harvey at the line, and it's 3rd down and goal for North Shore.
North Shore awaiting the signal from the sideline. Third down here. Snap. Handoff to Harvey once again, and he efforts it up to about the 6-yard line, gain of about 3.
I don't like that play call there. You've had a lot of success, you know, with set pass plays, whether you've run the football on a scramble or even thrown it. I don't like trying to catch Slidell off guard there from the 9-yard line. Now, at best, you're only getting 3 points out of it with a kicker in Christian Garcia, who has struggled at times this year. He's got a lot of pressure on him trying to take the lead here.
So Garcia, the freshman, on to attempt 16-yard. And the snap is botched by Berg, and Garcia will be brought down at the 20-yard line by La Ferreira and Zach Acosta. That is a turnover on downs for North Shore.
Sums up this North Shore season, really. Right on the verge of taking the lead on senior night, a game where your playoff hopes are already gone. You're just trying to ruin Slidell's hopes. You have a chance to take the lead there. You've dominated Slidell offensively. You get a botched snap on questionable play calling near the end zone, and you leave with absolutely nothing. It's a shame for the Panthers there. Now Slidell has a chance to capitalize.
So Griffin and Slidell set up shop at their own 19-yard line. Griffin looking to pass. That's Bayham, and he'll catch it for a big gain down to the 42-yard line.
Looked like DJ Myers playing a little defense out there, just read the ball incorrectly, as it wasn't a great throw by Griffin, but Myers was trailing behind, kind of waiting for the football to fall into his lap. Bayham was able to get inside of him, and that was just a prayer that was answered by Terry Bayham that time. Big gain for Slidell.
23-yard gain for Slidell, 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Handoff to Smith, left side. He'll be brought down after about a 5-yard gain.
Nice play, Cole Cavallo, able to get off his block and make the tackle. Substantial gain for Slidell.
2nd and 7 here for Slidell. Griffin under center, Smith in the backfield. Bayham to the bottom of your screen. Motion from Simmons. Handoff up the middle, bottled up there by the Panthers. A gain of about 2 or 3.
I've been very impressed with the linebacking core for North Shore tonight. Slidell's tried a lot of misdirection, a lot of end arounds, but all night the North Shore linebackers have not fallen forward. They've kept contained, and they stopped Smith for a short gain, and it's another 3rd down. Slidell has not been very successful on 3rd down tonight.
So we have 3rd and about 5. Griffin in the gun. Griffin looking pass and passes it well behind Bayham, and it falls to the ground.
2 things on that play. First of all, the obvious miscommunication between Griffin and Bayham, and second, Griffin, when he took the snap, did not handle it cleanly. I don't think he might have not been able to get his hands on the laces that time. That might have played a factor in that ball being so far behind Bayham. This North Shore defense, very, very impressive tonight, keeping their team in the ball game.
So on 4th and 5, we will see Marcus Candiff for Slidell. High, slow snap, but Candiff gets it off. And the punt will be downed at the, oh, it's picked up. And he is brought down around the 36 7-yard line.
That was a great play by Sonny Brown that time, fielding that ball, catching Slidell off guard, and if he had broken the tackle of the Tiger that brought him down, it might have been a touchdown. Slidell thought, oh, call off the dogs. Nobody's returning this one. Brown made his first touch of the night, a good one. He picks up 5 extra yards for the Panthers there.
45 seconds remaining here in the third. Score tied 14-14. North Shore takes over at their own 35-yard line. Harris hands off to Harvey. Harvey, left side, will be brought down at the 40-yard line.
I've said it before, I'll say it again, Harvey, a tough runner, and we're getting late in the second half now, late third quarter, I should say. Once we get about the 6-minute mark of the fourth quarter, Matt Harvey is slowly wearing down the Slidell defense. How will it play a factor as we're only 20 seconds away from that final quarter now?
So 2nd and 6 from the 40. Harris takes snap, hands to Harvey. And Harvey brought down by Jalen Williams.
Yeah, Williams made a nice play there. Harvey able to get some positive yardage. 3rd and manageable now for North Shore.
And that's the end of the third quarter. Score tied 14-14.
St. Tammany Parish Public Schools, an A-rated school district. Graduates with the highest ACT scores in the state. Facilities with the latest technology. Safe and secure schools. A variety of sports. Fine arts. And learning to last a lifetime.
I'm Superintendent Trey Foles, and this is where we educate every child, every day.
So Harris and company start the fourth quarter. 3rd and 3 at the 42-yard line. It's a handoff to Clements, who is coming around on motion. And that'll bring up 4th down for North Shore. 4th and about 1 or 2. And they're going to go for it. So 4th and 1 at the 44-yard line. North Shore going for it. Harris lining up under center. Harvey deep in the backfield. Harris sneaking it, and he will be short.
There was no push from the O-line that time from North Shore. I've said a lot of good things about them all night, but it's their first, honestly, bad play of the night. No push whatsoever. Slidell is going to get the first down in North Shore territory now. Just a shame, as that has been a strong point of this North Shore offense tonight, and it doesn't come through for them on 4th down.
So Slidell will take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
We'll try to not get it too ahead of ourselves here, as they are going to measure.
They're going to come out to measure. But from where we are, it does not look like he got the first down.
North Shore players think they have it.
No, well short. So 1st down for Slidell at the 45-yard line.
All night I've talked about how the North Shore defense is bent but not broken. It's finally time I give some helmet stickers to those Slidell Tigers. They made a great stop. I said that the O-line was the factor in North Shore not being able to get that first down. You also have to make the tackle on Walter Harris. That time you have to have a good push from the defensive line, and they did just that. And now this is a dangerous offense when they're in your territory. Watch out for Terry Bayham here.
Bayham matched up with Khalil Fleming at the bottom of your screen. Griffin under center. Smith in motion. Griffin rolling, left pressure coming, and Griffin will be brought down. A big, big loss tackled there by Keemon Smith.
Keemon Smith has had an excellent year for North Shore, rushing the passer, even made a few interceptions, sealed the deal against Salmon, one of the 2 wins for North Shore this year. Also give credit to Cole Cavallo, who did not allow Wayne Griffin to get rid of that football, along with number 62, Justin Showalter, a senior, making his first impact of the night, and he'll remember that moment for a long time.
So that's 2nd and 22 for the Slidell offense, or excuse me, 2nd and 28 for the Slidell offense. Griffin dropping back, pressure coming, and it nearly caught there by Simmons, but good defense.
Prince Lobo ought to be labeled a king after a play like that. What an excellent play from the sophomore that time, breaking up that ball, saying no mas, swatting it away from the intended receiver, Tito Simmons, who has had a great game himself. That was just an excellent play on both sides that time. And now, what does Slidell do here on 3rd and 28?
3rd and 28, Slidell at their own 37-yard line. Bayham to the bottom of your screen. Simmons in the backfield with Griffin. Griffin dropping back, pressure coming, rolling left. Griffin throws it way downfield, falls incomplete.
I gotta tell you, that incompletion is all on Heath Parks that time. The 6'1", 210 sophomore dominated his man that time. Justin Showalter included that time. Great play by those two. And North Shore, it looked like Slidell was gonna feed off the energy of that 4th down stop. They lose 18 yards, and North Shore is getting the ball back now. And they should have some solid field position.
So Candiff on the punt for Slidell. Snap on point, Candiff puts it up. Clements fields it, running right side, taking it upfield, cuts back to the middle, and he is hit by Matt LaFerrera. LaFerrera saying it was fumbled, but no, it wasn't.
The punter, who is labeled as a nose guard, Marcus Candiff. You don't usually see the sleeve on a nose guard. I don't know if you can see that on your screens at home. He's rocking a shooting sleeve. So I do like it. He's like, Coach, I'm a skill player. I got to get the sleeve.
9:52 to go in the 4th. North Shore will take over at the 39-yard line. 1st and 10, their own 39-yard line. Harris in the gun, Harvey to his left. Harvey, reverse to Powell. Look at Harris on the block. And that is Powell taking it upfield 20 down to the 15-yard line. But what a big gain by Powell, and what a good play call.
Walter Harris came out of his quarterback position and was the lead blocker, and you have to love that. It was a great play call by Coach Berg. In these games where North Shore has nothing to lose, I was waiting for a trick play like that, and we have an injured player, and that's unfortunately Tyler Powell just made a great play.
So following the injury timeout, North Shore 1st and 10 at the Slidell 15-yard line. And North Shore looks to only have 10 on the field.
They're going to have to burn a timeout here.
And timeout North Shore, 9:13 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Score tied 14-14. North Shore had to burn a timeout to get organized. Now 11 men on the field. North Shore at their Slidell 15, handoff to Harvey, and he is hit in the backfield by Jalen Williams.
Jalen Williams has had a fantastic night for Slidell, along with Kalai Dangerfield. Both of those young men have been standouts on the D-line, and Williams makes another fine play there.
8:50 remaining here in the fourth. Ball now at the Slidell 17, loss of 2 on the play. Harris getting set with Smith in the backfield. Harris, pitch out to Smith, left side, taking it up. Tackled down by Trevin Stacker.
Coach Berg showing a lot of faith in his reserve senior running back, who has had 2 carries tonight, one of them a very costly fumble for North Shore. So down here in the red zone, where points get you the lead here late in the fourth quarter, Coach Berg showing a lot of faith in Darian Smith.
3rd and 7 for North Shore. Ball on the 13-yard line. Harris awaiting the play call. Harris dropping back, looking left, tosses it up. Too much on it, sails out the back of the end zone. Intended over there for Powell.
Harris, it looked like all the way, was reminiscing a little bit too much of his successful scrambles earlier. It did not look like he wanted to throw that football one bit. Slidell had a good play call. They left 2 ends out as basically spies to make sure that Harris did not scramble. And now it's going to be up to Christian Garcia yet again with another attempt to give his team the lead on this field goal.
So 4th and 7. This will be
It's going to be a 29-yarder.
about a 29-yarder. Snap down, and it is wide right. And it's blown dead as the ball
I believe
lands in the
it
end zone.
just barely hit the back line there. You got to feel for Christian Garcia, a young player who we were talking about before the game, has a lot of promise as a kicker. He's got a strong leg, very accurate, but he just did not hit that one correctly.
And you can't put that all on Garcia, though. The laces were facing him. That old saying, laces out. Laces out, Dan.
Grant, we talked about it, Slidell playing basically for their playoff lives. A win might get them in the playoffs. They need to act like that here. This is a crucial drive.
Griffin tossing to Smith, plenty of room left side. He'll get the first down and then some.
Again, you got Smith out there on the pitch play. You've seen him mostly as a power runner tonight. He shows that he can get it outside. And that was good blocking there from the O-line as well as the wide receivers. North Shore needs to step up. They can't let that missed field goal get in their heads. They need to make a stop and keep this game tied with 7 minutes left.
Ball spotted at the 34-yard line, 1st and 10. Griffin under center. Smith in the backfield. Handoff once again to Smith, left side. And not much of a gain there, maybe one.
Good play that time from some of the North Shore D linemen. They've been able to get some pass rush tonight, getting the Slidell backfield.
So we have 2nd and 8, ball at the 37-yard line.
You got Terry Bayham as the lone receiver out left. We'll see if Griffin goes deep for him here.
Griffin hands off Simmons on the sweep. Simmons, right side near sideline, and he's hit. That is a late hit, out of bounds, called on North Shore.
I don't know if I agree with that call, Grant. It looked like he was still trying to get some yardage upfield. But we talk about Terry Bayham. I thought they might go to him on a pass. Bayham was the key to that play, getting such excellent yardage. He laid a great block on his man, Khalil Fleming, that time. And it's going to be 15 extra yards for the Slidell Tigers.
So the 15-yard penalty lead to first down for Slidell.
Looked like what the call there was not a late hit, but instead a helmet-to-helmet
Targeting.
hit. Yeah. You don't usually see that on a run play like that to the outside, but North Shore was able to, unfortunately, pull it off. And Slidell's really got the gears turning now.
Slidell in North Shore territory. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10. whistle dead. We're going to have a false start on Slidell.
I've said this a few times this year when we've had games like this. Does either team really want to win? With the amount of penalties that each team has had, you know, if you're Slidell, you get a big gain, you get 15 free yards, a net total of about 27, and you give away 5, and you're at the 40 now, and you're definitely out of field goal range. So you need to make some plays, and you can't have those mental lapses.
Bayham to the top of the screen. Griffin under center. Toss left side to Smith. Finds a seam, and he will gain about 7 yards, and he'll get about 2 yards past the original line of scrimmage.
Cole Cavallo initially made a great play, blocking, sealing off the edge, essentially, not allowing Smith to get to the outside, but then he just waited too long. Smith was able to cut it up and get out of the tackle of Cavallo, and he got past the original line of scrimmage and then some.
So 2nd and 9 for Slidell. Griffin under center. Motion from Simmons, handoff to Smith, and he's stopped in the backfield by Prince Lobo.
Yeah, big hit from Lobo that time. Again, you see that misdirection, counter play from Slidell. It hasn't worked all night. Coach Favre continues to call it, and Northshore says, we're not going to allow that on you. We're going to make you throw here on 3rd and 8.
5:30 remaining in this one. Score tied 14-14. It's now 3rd and 8. Griffin under center. Motion once again from Simmons. Handoff to Smith up the middle. And he's tackled by a host of Panthers. A gain of maybe 1, maybe 2.
Grant, tell me if this sounds familiar. Misdirection run doesn't go anywhere. A 3rd down call, that's a very interesting call from Favre there, from Coach Favre, to run that misdirection play that hasn't worked all night, and now you're at the North Shore 31, you're going to go for it on 4th down. This is the biggest play of each team's season right here. I can't wait to watch it.
Griffin in the gun. Bayham to the top of your screen. Griffin looking right side, passes out to Michael Stallworth, and it is incomplete. With Khalil Fleming making a big play on the coverage.
You feel for the 6'2", 170-pound senior, a young man who has put in the work for 4 years with this football team, has a chance to pick up the biggest first down of the season for his team, and he just lets the ball go through his hands. Tried to run before he had it. Khalil Fleming was also there with some moderate coverage, but you really feel for Michael Stallworth. And now North Shore, they're now in the driver's seat. 4.5 minutes remaining. Can Walter Harris get his team down the field in another field goal situation?
Harris in the gun, 1st and 10 from the North Shore 32-yard line. Harris hands off to Harvey up the middle, room to work with, and he's brought down after about the 13-yard gain.
I love the play call there from Coach Borg. The draw play opens up the middle. Harvey able to get upfield, but it was a great play by Darius Tillman, who was able to grab the jersey of Harvey and not allow him to really get ahead of steam before he hit the second wave of Slidell defenders. Still a first down.
North Shore at the 45-yard line. Harris looking to the sideline for the play. Harvey in the backfield along with Harris. Berg in motion. Harris hands off to Harvey, up the middle once again, and he'll gain about 5 yards.
I gotta tell you, Matt Harvey is feeling it right now. I would keep feeding that beast if I'm Coach Berg. You want to keep melting that clock away. That way, if you don't score, Slidell doesn't have an opportunity. We're down to 3:40. Expect Matt Harvey to get the ball again.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 6 from the 48, and North Shore gets them offsides.
Yeah, we haven't said that since earlier, but that's a big mental lapse. That was number 54 for Slidell.
That's James Lee, the sophomore outside linebacker. So it brings up 2nd and short, about 1 yard, maybe a little less for North Shore. Harris in the gun. Tried the hard count once again. No one jumped that time. Play coming in. Harris, handoff to Harvey, up the middle, and he'll get the first down. About a 4 or 5 yard run there by Harvey.
Yeah, that one was just a little bit too easy. You got a running back that's as good as Matt Harvey, who's so tough to bring down after first contact, only need a yard. That's an easy play call for Coach Berg.
So time winding down, 3 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 from the Slidell 43-yard line. Harris awaiting the play. Harris looking pass. Looked at Clements, but he'll pass it downfield, and it'll go out of bounds. Pass intended there for Myers.
Yeah, it was a good play call. I like the play call. They pump fake the screen, and Myers comes out on a little wheel route. He was open initially, but Harris, that ball over his head probably works out in his favor, as it could have easily been intercepted.
So 2nd and 10, ball on the 43-yard line. 2:42 remaining. Clements in motion. Harris dropping back. Pressure coming, takes off. Left side, room to work with. Down 30, 35, eventually brought down by Ishmael Burdine around the 20-yard line.
And these offensive play callers are calling one heck of a game for Northshore. Walter Harris, that was a designed run all the way. He drops back initially to open up the linebackers from Slidell, cuts it upfield, and again, great blocking. I've said it all night. And now, from here, it would be a 39-yard field goal. Northshore is going to look to get that ball closer and potentially have a game-winning field goal deep in Slidell territory now.
2:16 on the clock. Handoff, Harvey up the middle, has some room. He'll gain about 5 before being brought down by Trevin Stacker, along with a host of other Slidell Tigers, including Matt LaFerrera.
Yeah, LaFerrera's had a very impressive game tonight. He's got an interception, he's got a touchdown catch, a lot of big hits for Slidell. If I'm Coach Favre, I'm wondering when Coach Favre is going to start to use his timeouts. He's got all 3 of them remaining. He's going to have to leave some clock for his offense to work with. Northshore definitely in Christian Garcia territory here if he hits the ball right on that field goal attempt.
Minute 35, clock running, 2nd and 5, ball at the 16. Harris hands off to Harvey, who's met immediately by Darius Tillman.
Yeah, Darius Tillman read that play perfectly, met Harvey in the hole, but Harvey beat Tillman, was able to get an extra 2 yards after initial contact, and there we see the first Slidell timeout.
So Coach Favre wants to talk it over with his team. 14-14 here with a minute 21 remaining in the fourth quarter. Minute 21 remaining here. Northshore driving. They are at the Slidell 14-yard line. 3rd and 3. And Harris will keep it himself. And it'll be close. It'll be close.
First down.
They say it's a first down. So Northshore continues this drive. Ball spotted at the 11-yard line.
After that first down, Northshore can control their own destiny. They can control the clock how they'd like, and they have the potential to get this clock down to only seconds remaining and attempt a field goal. Not great execution on that 3rd down play, but Harris was able to create something out of nothing and pick up just enough for the first down.
Under a minute to go, 14-14. Harris awaiting the play. Clock running. Under 10 on the play clock. Snap, handoff, Harvey, left side, he's still rumbling, still moving. And he stretches it down. He's down with inches to go before the goal line.
That works out well for Northshore, though, because if you score there, if you're Matt Harvey, Slidell will get the ball back with 30-plus seconds remaining. Now that he's down at the 1, Northshore can take a knee in the middle of the field and set up what is essentially an extra point as Northshore calls a timeout with 26 seconds remaining. It's 14-14, Slidell and Northshore.
Second and inches to go. Harris under center. He'll try and get the push. Goes right side, and he is hit hard. Stopped before the goal line there by Matt LaFerrera.
Man, LaFerrera is one heck of a football player, but I got to tell you, if you're Slidell, that play works better for Northshore because now you have a 3rd and goal at the 1, and Northshore can wind some more clock. If you let Northshore get in the end zone there, you got 20 seconds left when you get the ball back, but Northshore faces a 3rd and goal from basically the 1-inch line.
So another timeout on the field. 21 seconds remaining. Check that, not a timeout. Northshore were just walking over to their sideline. We see.
How about this? Orrin Harris, a senior, the backup quarterback and brother of Walter, taking his first snap of the night on senior night. It couldn't be a bigger play right here. The clock is rolling, though.
Second and inches, 14 seconds to go. In the gun, handoff, Harvey.
Oh, he didn't get there.
And the referee signaled he did get there. Wow. Touchdown for the senior, Matt Harvey, here on senior night. 7 seconds remaining. Northshore takes the lead. 20-14, awaiting the extra point.
You gotta love it. You have to love it. Matt Harvey, a senior running back who has fought an ACL injury, rehabbed all year to get back for his senior year. And how about that? In what might be his final play of his football career, you score a game-winning touchdown with 7 seconds left. You can't beat that.
Garcia on botch snap, but he kicks it up. And it's no good. It's short.
Wow. We'll see how that plays. If Slidell is able to get a miracle touchdown, that extra point could mean everything.
So with 7 seconds remaining here in the 4th quarter, Northshore leads 20-14.
Wow.
So Garcia on the kickoff following the Northshore score here. 7 seconds remaining on the clock. Garcia, low line drive kick there. Picked up, fielded by Slidell, taking it left side, and he'll be brought out of bounds.
No, there should be time on the clock.
2 seconds left on the clock.
There should be time on the clock. If this game ends that way,
there should be 2 seconds left on the clock.
Looks like the officials are going to meet. Looks like they're going to put some time.
But Slidell returned the kickoff and got out of bounds with 2 seconds left on the clock, and they're shooing Northshore off back to their sideline.
And that's the way it should be. Slidell deserves another chance, and they'll get it.
Slidell will get one more chance to score in this game. So we'll see Griffin and company take the field for one more play.
We'll see if it's a lateral drill. We talked about it. Slidell, a win, and they're most likely in the playoffs. A loss, the season is over for Slidell. The season has been over for Northshore for weeks. They have a chance to end Slidell's season right here. We're 1 second away.
So Griffin in the gun, 4 wide. Simmons in the backfield. Navo in the backfield. Griffin dropping back. Anytime blitz coming though. And it falls incomplete, intended for Terry Bayham. Northshore wins 20-14.
Wow. You got to give all the credit to the Northshore defense. You got to give all the credit to the seniors, especially Matt Harvey, who had a great senior night. Northshore finishes the season with a win. Slidell, their season is done. Both teams finish at 2-8.
So let's send out our thank yous to those who helped bring you this game, starting with our superintendent, Mr. Trey Foles, our director of broadcasting, Dr. Melody Swang, cameraman, editor, and coordinator of Channel 13, Dave the Rave Williams. Alongside me, John Sartori. So from Northshore, where the Northshore Panthers defeat the Slidell Tigers 20-14. My name is Grant Yenny. Good night. You are now leaving the Prep Zone.